Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Sales Unscripted podcast. I am one of your hosts, Margaret Henney.
Host number 2, Brian Neal.
I was like
Cute.
holding up the finger one. I'm the first host. No, it's great to be back with you guys.
It's been so long. We stopped the last recording at least 10 seconds ago.
Dude,
Margaret's
go
like,
with it.
Okay. You want me to bring us in? I'm like, sure. I got a topic. Go.
It's the illusion
It is.
of the next week. They think it's next week. It is
next week for them, and we're still wearing the same things.
We're not fooling
Haven't
anybody.
adjusted the zippers.
Well, I can't decide if I zip it all the way up. It looks
It's just a weird. I know.
not good.
I'm just so. I love that I have
good.
like my hoodies and my T-shirts, and that's what I wear. It's really great.
It's your uniform, man.
So I have a couple observational life things that I wanted to get your take on.
Great.
Little phrases, and I'm curious if you know, like, why. So have you heard people say the phrase "happy as a clam"?
Oh, yeah, I love that
What
phrase.
does that mean? Are clams happy?
I don't
I've never seen a
know.
clam smile. I don't see a clam dance. I don't see a clam like parade around. I don't see them
They don't
shake
even
hands or
really
high five. They
move,
just sit
do
there, and I
they?
just don't know where that saying came
You know,
from.
they shouldn't even be
Happy
that
as a
happy.
clam.
I could see them being like as snuggled,
Snuggled?
or as cozy
They're hard. They're like not good. Like they're very.
on the inside.
Well, they're squishy.
Oh, come on.
They
In a
are.
nice little
That-
house. I don't know. But yeah, happy. I don't know.
Did you have a hermit crab when you were a kid?
Hell no.
Why? You're scared of hermit crabs?
No, we just don't have weird pets.
Excuse me, Mrs. White for tables for two. That's a callback for next
We don't have a
time.
weird pet.
Excuse me, my father was a physician, mind you, and we lived on the lake in Monticello.
It's all true.
Monticello.
It's all true.
Monticello, actually, to people not from Indiana, sounds
Yeah.
fancy.
Oh, totally.
Doesn't
People are
it?
like, do you mean Monticello?
Are you from
And I'm like,
Monticello?
bitch, no,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
from there. It's Monticello.
We live on the lake. Muffy, we're going on the boat after school. Bring your own Perrier.
Okay.
Hello, Mrs. White.
When you like a fake
What?
to be like my childhood, I wish you could see what it was actually like.
same.
You would
Same
be
with
like,
me.
oh my god,
Same.
we're
Same.
just as same as you. We're drinking beer in a cornfield.
Oh God, we had mopeds.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we drove. So we had a friend, like a group of friends who all had mopeds, and we didn't wear helmets.
Of course you didn't.
Ever we didn't
Nobody
wear
wore-
helmets. Those things. Mine went 35 miles an hour
Oh my
on the street
God.
at a Urban Express, Honda Urban Express. Look it
Oh
up.
my
Look it
God.
up. Honda Urban Express. My high school friends,
No.
if you hear me say "look it up," that's a high school friend thing we used to say to each other. But it's
Look it
crazy, isn't it? Like the stuff that we did. It was
Oh,
nuts.
I know. Well, my brother and I were talking because we went on this epic ski trip this year with our dad.
Oh, very nice.
And had like an amazing time. But we
Yeah.
were talking about when we learned to ski when we were younger, no helmets. Did not
Crazy,
wear
huh?
helmets at all. And then like this time, there's this really cool new app. I can't remember what it's called, but you can track like your runs and how fast you're
ChatGPT?
going.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's specifically for skiing.
Is it Strava? Oh, it's for skiing.
For skiing or boarding or whatever, and you can
Oh,
track
how
your
fast do you
top
get going?
speed.
How
Our
fast?
our top speed was like 40 miles an hour.
No, it was not. No way.
I swear to
You're
God.
not big enough to get going 40 miles an hour.
Dude, we can cook. And I was like,
Oh my God.
That's like when you're going the speed of a car.
Faster
like
than a car,
you
right.
are a vehicle
Yeah,
now.
some-
And I'm like, oh my
So
God.
when people, that's why I wonder, like back in the 60s, like we never wore seat belts.
No.
And then we didn't wear helmets. Were more people dying back then than there are now?
I don't
This is
know.
one of those things, and I don't want to get a can of worms here. People on recycling. So think about recycling. People are like, oh, got a recycling. Okay,
yeah.
it's good. Well, we have now we have an extra trash can that's made out of plastic, mind you.
That's
it has
true.
to be produced. There's 2 trucks now that go
Yeah.
around. There used to be 1 truck. Now there's 2 trucks.
That's a good
Which
point.
means now there's 16 tires instead of 8. Double the gas. Like, is anyone doing the math on
love
this
that you're
at
thinking
all?
about this. This is
But
actually a really good
seriously,
question. It's a good
and all I
question.
want to do, I'm not saying it's good or bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying, have we thought about the math?
Yeah,
That's all.
probably not.
That's all I want to do.
Somebody
Versus going, well, it's
math
morally
it
right
out.
to, recycle, so let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
like, have you seen the emissions from those big trucks that drive around and take the recycling stuff back?
Great point.
Then it goes away. What happens to it? The recycling.
I don't
you
have the
no
faintest
idea.
idea.
You've never fact checked your recycling, have you?
No.
But you feel good about recycling,
I
don't you?
hope something good
You
happens
have no
to
idea
it.
if anything good's and maybe if it's made into more plastic. Like, what's the point?
I
See
hope
what I mean?
not.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Got
I
me
like it.
started.
Okay.
I try to stay very independent with things like that,
Yeah.
very free thinking.
Yes.
But I also want to challenge things that like, does that make sense or not? You know
Random
what I mean?
recommendation then, if you really love it,
I
like free
love it.
thinking
Love
or
it.
like whatever.
Yes.
I love the podcast Honestly. If you've never
Honestly?
listened to it,
No, is it good?
It's so
Honestly?
good. It's put
Okay.
out by an organization called the Free Press.
Okay.
And they're like kind of down the middle, or they want to be down the
Yeah,
middle,
right.
which I find really compelling these days.
Yeah, same. That's what I want to do. That's the kind of
Yeah,
stuff I want
check
to
it
say.
out.
Like we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got to talk about sales. What are
We
we
do
talking
sales.
about?
Yeah, we do this every time, don't we?
I know.
We could probably have
we could
more of an audience if we didn't do sales. We just bullshit about
just
nothing.
talk about shit.
If you guys listen to the Brian Margaret podcast, it's awesome, man. It's number 4.
You know what grinds my gears?
Exactly. All right, so sales. It's a marketing topic. I've been teaching this.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I've talked about this.
Maybe.
But I want to talk about what I label in the Blaine Zebra sales operating system hub selling.
Oh.
Where the salesperson is the hub. The theory here is most of us do sales one-to-one. So I sell for Covideo. We sell to car dealers. I'm going to call Tom Wood Honda, talk to the GM and try to get the Tom Wood one-to-one. Then I'm going to go to the next store that's one-to-one.
Yeah.
Well, there's this old philosophical concept called Occam's razor from the 1400s that says the best solution to every problem is the simplest. So if I want to sell 10,000 books, instead of going to, you want to buy a book? Do you want to 10,000 people? I go to Walmart and sell 10,000 in one sales call.
Yeah.
So salespeople tend to operate opposite of that. They tend to go one-to-one-to-one.
That's true.
Marketing is one-to-many.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So here's what I got hung up. Salespeople leave it up to marketing to go one-to-many, but they still go one-to-one. I want to teach salespeople to go one-to-many, which is called hub selling.
Yeah.
So examples would be, and this is where I want the marketing sales, you kind of ride the fence on marketing and sales. I mean, you're marketing, but you really understand sales and you're a great salesperson. So think about examples would be an event. So I host an event. Now we've all done happy hours and all that shit. Fine. Or a fun event. So now I'm the inviter to the event. I'm going one-to-many. It's me. I'm the salesperson. I'm going to host my own event.
Yeah.
But salespeople like wait for marketing to do that.
Yeah.
Do you think salespeople should do it themselves?
Yes.
Or marketing, or both?
It's got to be both.
I do too.
It's
I
got to
think
be both. You know
Me
what I
too.
mean?
I
Because,
agree.
marketing is going to be the one, like that kind of probably feels in their lane,
Yes.
right? Where they're
Yeah.
the ones maybe doing the research, setting
Yep.
them up,
Yep.
all, doing kind of the heavy lifting so that by the time the salesperson gets there, they really get to be on and be present and,
Yeah.
all that sort of thing. But at the same time, I don't think, salespeople, it's your job to also drum up your own business. So you can't completely just put that off on marketing.
Yes.
Even if you tell them too, hey, this is something that I'm interested in. This comes up a lot for us on like smaller niche conferences in the automotive, marine, or RV space, or they have something called 20 groups.
We know 20
right?
groups,
And so
sure.
we can help them out with that sort of thing. Like, okay,
great.
great. So I think it's got to be a little bit of both of those things.
I do too. And so what happens, I see, is because I'll say this, and what salespeople or sales leaders will say to me is like, "Oh, we're already doing this. Yeah, we've got a big event. We got a big customer event plan coming up in May for the track. We're taking all of our customers." I'm like, "That's not what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, different.
That's still many to many because it's all of you many like MANY, not MINI. Have you ever been on a mini bike? When
mini
you were a
bike?
kid, mini bike, like a little mini bike with the fat tires. When you were a kid, did you ever
no.
ride a mini bike? You know what I'm talking about, though.
But they're electric.
Remember the
or like a
in parades when the Shriners would ride the mini
my
bikes
God,
around,
I
right?
love that's my
Isn't that
favorite
great?
part. That's one of my favorite
The Shriners,
parts.
aren't they great?
They're so great.
They're always so serious. And
I
they're
know.
always so
They've got their
great.
great fez hats.
I love the Shriners.
I know, I do too.
So so it's still many to many. It's all of us to all of them. I'm talking about an individual. So I'm going to have Brian Neal's going to have his own personal event.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to personally invite the people, and I'm going to personally pay for the first round of drinks or whatever.
That's cool.
That's what I'm talking about. Salespeople don't do that.
I like that.
They don't do that like strategically, intentionally.
Uh-huh.
They might, say, "Hey, you want to go meet up for drinks with one customer?" That's not what I'm talking about either. What I'm talking about is, let me take 4 really good customers who I know don't know each other and should.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, maybe they're in the same industry, or they're like, and then I want each of them to bring someone that's like them.
That's what I was gonna say.
Right?
I was like,
Yeah.
it's sort of like a church when you like bring a friend day, you know what I mean,
Yes.
or a youth group or whatever.
Yes.
But you want someone else to come. I think that this works really, really well too when there's some kind of educational aspect, right? That salesperson is bringing, right?
Yep,
so
yep,
you
yep.
not only are you building your brand, you've got that expert persona
Yes, right,
that our
right.
BZ friends talk about that you're bringing, right? But you're also bringing adding value. There's reason for them to be there other than just, bullshitting over drinks. That's all great too. But I think there's got to be kind of that reason where you're giving them something extra.
You have to. And then the first step to this is, so I've been pushing our sales leaders that are in our peer groups to do this. And it's so funny, and it's not their fault. It's natural. They have this resistance to committing to something like that.
Yeah.
So when I say, because I gave them 4 choices. I gave them a fun event. So just go Top Golf or whatever. Yeah. I gave them a knowledge event, exactly what you just said. It's down on the whiteboard still. You can go see.
Cool.
So I'm validating you, Margaret.
Yay.
You feel smart?
Totally. I love it.
Oh, God. Still awake.
So far.
Sorry, my idea is boring.
No. It's
Come
just,
on, Neil.
It's
Land
just
the
because
plane,
of
Chief.
these adaptogens. I mean, I'm not kidding. I might look
What
this
is
up
an
later.
adaptogen? I've never even heard
Dude,
of that.
I don't even know, but it's supposed to be good for you.
I have
So,
no idea. So that knowledge event. The third thing is, I love this one. Salesperson can start their own peer group. They can start their own peer group.
So good.
So I think about you all at Co-Video, and you could find someone that sells Dealer Sockets, a CRM.
Yes.
Hub, or you are Co-Video's a video group, and there could be someone that sells service, a texting app.
Yeah.
Right. And find 5 or 6 people that all sell into automotive.
Yeah.
And just start a peer group, not a lead swapping group, a peer group where you're learning things. You have speakers come in, and then guess who you have come speak? Freaking customers and prospects.
Totally.
Right?
That's really good.
It's so
That's really
different.
good.
It's such a different ask, and it's leverage. It's really, really good.
I just thought of something that's related, but maybe a little bit not related.
Give it a shot.
Are you a Reddit guy? What's your like?
I'm like learning. What I'm learning is it's very popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I struggle with Reddit is you have to do some sifting.
Totally.
You have to sift through a lot of junk to find the gold.
Yeah. I
That's
haven't quite figured it out just yet,
it.
but I do find some of it interesting in like topics or groups that you can search by or whatever. But like, what if as a salesperson, I can see you being like, I want to either, get some collective knowledge, whether you're asking your peers or people who are similar to your target audience or whatever. And it's just a great way to like almost kind of come up with your own data. So you maybe propose a question and like people answer or respond, and then you can respond to them. I think that's also, something that you could probably take advantage of is go take a look on Reddit, people who are asking questions that you have knowledge about.
Yeah.
Go in there and answer those questions, with good intention. So
I love that.
Yeah.
And the last one, go figure, and I use this as an example, is every salesperson can start a podcast. I've said it on my other podcast. I've said it on this one. And you're a great example because when we first came up, we did a webinar together. And so here's what we did. These things that we're talking about, Margaret and I did exactly what we're teaching. We did a knowledge-based webinar together. So it was an event. Was it COVID?
I think it was COVID.
Either way, we're talking about video, using video. We did this webinar. So we invited people. So it's 1, me and you, that's 2, to many. Like there were dozens of people on there.
And like
dozens.
But like you invited
people say dozens when there's less than 100.
Exactly.
Because otherwise you say hundreds or you say 100. It's just so funny.
There wasn't that many,
people are. I know.
But you invited people. I invited people.
Yes.
So then we've got the kind of crossover, right?
Yep. And then people said, you guys got some good chemistry there. You should do a podcast. So we did. Now we have a podcast. I didn't tell you this. So I'm not going to use the name because I haven't talked. Because we're talking to someone to interview to work here.
Oh, exciting! Do I know them?
No. Oh, maybe fangirl. She's gonna know who she's talking. Like,
really?
She's like, okay. I said, I went to go introduce myself to her. I don't know who she was, and she's like, oh my god, okay. I love the Sales Unscripted podcast. I listen all the time. A little more. I think she met you somewhere. Yeah,
oh,
that's fun.
So nice.
Very fun. She's an awesome human.
I love it.
An awesome human
love
being.
it.
Great energy, all that other stuff. So anyway,
cool.
I'm telling you that because that wouldn't have happened if you and I hadn't set the first domino and said, let's start, let's get going.
Totally.
And it just keeps going, and we don't know where it's going to go, and we're not worried about that. We consistently do it. This is one to many.
Yep.
This is us
and
selling
then
one to many.
Once you've done it, too, it's not like it's done and then gone. Because that's the thing that is about like a live event that you do. You do it, you're there, and that's it. But when you do something that is a webinar that's recorded or a podcast that's recorded, those are things that stick around, and you get to build this library of knowledge and information and things that you can continue to build on.
You can use these things that you can repurpose them in a sales process or whatever. And when you tell people you got a podcast, like, it's people love it.
It's funny how it gives you like this validity.
It does.
I'm like, they're like, oh, really?
Yes.
A podcast.
And of course, this is Mr. Neal and Mrs. White. This is a guru show.
Where's my brandy?
Guru brandy.
This is me with a brandy snifter.
This is me with a brandy.
Could you
this
get
is
that?
me with a
Is that
big
a
pop.
big
What do you
gulp?
call this?
That's a
kind
Polar
of.
Pop.
Circle K Polar Pop. Isn't this nice? My wife does this. Isn't she
like,
sweet?
she wrote
She always gets me big
XOXO.
pops, and she always says XOXO and Love 92. That's my NFL number. Isn't
That's
that sweet?
really
That's
cute.
That's a good marriage thing.
That
right
is a
there.
good
Do
marriage
little things.
thing.
She always does that for me.
That's very
And I like when she
sweet.
writes on it.
She writes on it.
But she always does. She
my
always
girlfriend wrote
puts a
on
little love. Exactly.
She gonna wear your jersey later?
That's a good. She's never worn my jersey.
Oh my God, that's always such a high
Oh my
school thing.
gosh, isn't it?
Remember?
Wait, did you wear your boyfriend's class ring with yarn around it?
No, we
That was
didn't.
an 80s thing? I'm
Yeah,
probably
it was
too
more
old
of
for
an.
that.
We would wear like if a boy asked you to wear their jersey for Friday night football or like, for that week or whatever, you were like, okay.
Who was your guy?
And now we're going.
Who was it?
Well, I had a couple. As you might imagine. But there was Brian Leverance. And then there was Brian Bondock. There's actually a Brian theme here.
What was their number?
Hell if I know. I don't remember. We
Brian
didn't date that long.
Bondock and Brian who?
Brian Leverance.
Leverance? What are they doing these days?
Brian
I love
Leverance was 7. Actually, I remember this.
Oh, number 7?
Number 7. Yeah, not 7 years old.
Well, you said he was 7. I'm like, geez,
Number 7.
Here
No,
we go.
and Brian Bondock, we were just friends, but we just had like so much fun together. Yeah.
Where are they now?
It was great. I have no idea. I think Brian Leverance might live in Monticello, and I think Brian Bondock lives in I love using first name, last name. I think it's so funny. I think in Florida. I don't know.
Okay.
Shout out if you guys are out there.
You never know who's listening, do you, Margaret? That's why we do the podcast.
I hope you're
Next
well.
thing you know, she's Mrs. White now, so anyway,
Yes.
things worked out just fine.
They
didn't
sure
they?
did.
So anyway, hub sell is the lesson from today's episode. Make sure that you do your own version of that. I think that's really, really
A little bit more bang for your buck.
really important for sure.
Yep.
And just think one to many versus 1 to 1.
Yep.
That's the trick on this thing. And we love to help you do that. So tell us.
Go do it. We're fading. Okay,
We
guys.
are.
Bye, guys.
Let's
We'll
wrap
see
it
you
up.
next time.
Bye.
See ya.